Hi guys, welcome back to Not This Time. So you've probably noticed something new, all the new images, the new introduction. And this podcast used to be called The Emotional Revolution, but it's not anymore. And it's because I'm not in the same season, and chances are neither are you, right? Neither are you. We're always growing, we're always changing, we're always having that evolution, that revolution. So this is what the podcast is about now. I'm so freaking excited. And the reason why I switched it, I want to talk today about why did I change it? Because it was such a powerful, powerful mission. And I love that mission. But what I really started to notice is that the emotional revolution was really about waking up. It was that process of like really waking up and coming into becoming aware of our patterns, your pain, and also your power. But now, as we're getting into this more expansive state, it's not about noticing those things anymore. It's about what you do with that awareness, because this is where I think we really drop the ball. We're all pretty good. We're getting pretty aware of our habits and our behaviors and our patterns. What I'm finding is that there's so much frustration in the awareness about what do we do with it? Why does it keep sticking around? What is this for me? And so Not This Time is about that line in the sand, that moment where you draw the line and you say, not this time. I'm not going to default back to those patterns. I'm not going to do those things. I'm not going to betray myself again and again and again and again just to make somebody else comfortable. I'm not going to allow my discomfort to become all I know just to keep others comfortable. I'm not doing that. I'm not outsourcing my life to somebody else, my worth to the next client, my worth to somebody else, what somebody else thinks about me. I'm not doing it anymore. Not this time. My worth is not dependent on what somebody else thinks about me and how they view me. I'm not going to keep in these loops and these patterns that I know that I've already outgrown. That is what Not This Time stands for. It can be very, very, very subtle. Those moments can be so subtle we miss them. Or it can be really, really loud, right? When you finally choose differently, when you finally start showing up with who you are, when you finally stop abandoning yourself and you have your line in the sand and you say, not this time, it's powerful. So that's what Not This Time means. That's what it represents. And that's what I want it to represent in your life. I want you to really notice your not this time moments. Not this time. I'm not falling trap to whatever's happening out here. Not this time. I'm aware of my patterns. I'm aware of my thoughts. I'm aware of my emotions and how I attach my beliefs and my thoughts and the identity I have to the emotions that arise within me. I'm aware of that. And now with that awareness, I make my choice. And my choice is not this time. No, ma'am. Not this time. Okay. So we said not this time 1,000 times, and I'm going to say it so much because it's so powerful. I've already been using this phrase a lot, which is where it really came from with some clients where I'm like, well, not this time. We fall back into these patterns and these beliefs of like, well, I've always been like this. I'm so reactive, or I still get triggered. But it's like, well, not this time. You're not as triggered. It didn't take you as long to figure it out. This is the time you make a different choice over and over and over and over again. Now, that doesn't mean you're perfect. It doesn't mean like, oh crap, I forgot to say not this time and I still made that choice. The not this time can come later too. It comes in that space of awareness of, oh, this is actually different. Oh, I'm actually making a different choice. I can feel that. It's subtle. Now, it may also be, like I said, really big. You may also be in a moment where it's very, very, very explosive. And typically you would fall trap. You would fall right into their trap of being incredibly responsive or reactive to what they're saying and doing, and you would take it so personal, and it may be really loud, and you are in your head and you're like, not this time, not doing it this time. How good does that feel? That's what we're doing, because that's where we're frustrated. There's a lot of things out there. There's a lot. I do this work. I help people understand why they do the things that they do, and where I think it misses the mark in the personal development journey and the spiritual journey, whatever journey you're personally on, where I think it misses the mark, or I know it misses the mark, is in this part right here, is in the integration of it, is in the integration and the dissolution of what we are aware of, and stepping into that version of us that knows better and does better. Now, this isn't saying that where you're at right now is bad, but we have to use language. Language is necessary in communication, so we do our best. So there is a version of us that's more preferable. And that's the version that knows better and does better versus the version of us now that knows better, but still hasn't quite grasped the doing better consistently enough. And sometimes when we get hit from the side from something, we get sideswiped, it feels like we're being taken out. It feels like we're taking 10 steps back. It feels like all of the air has been punched out of us. And this is what I want to bring awareness to, are those times, because they are so powerful. Because we can fall back into the frustration. We can say, oh my gosh, I'm never going to change. It's always going to be like this. It's not going to be different. And that's when we breathe and we say, oh, not this time. I don't believe those thoughts. I don't have to feed into my frustration anymore. I don't have to keep going down that cycle. It doesn't have to be like that. Not this time. I can take my awareness and I can integrate it. I can do something different. So we're going to talk about all those things. We're going to talk about the integration. We're also not going to stop talking about the awareness part, because I know to my core, there's more awareness that you need. You need to be more aware of your patterns and your behaviors and the emotional triggers that you have. So of course, all that stuff that you guys know and you love and you come here for, still very much going to be here. But we're also going to be talking about this misstep of not this time. So you're going to get to notice that in your life. You're going to get to apply this in your life, and it is going to be so freaking amazing. I really want this podcast. I really want this to be something that is like a part of your experience. And so I want to know your not this time stories. I want to know, like, if you even have a question on how you can make it a not this time moment, like you just can't see past it and you have no idea how to stop responding or reacting or taking things personally from your boss or your partner, your spouse, your children, like whatever it is, I want to break that down for you. I want it to be so tangible for all of you listeners, that you can see yourself in it and I can help you walk through it. So I want you guys to, I'll put the email below. I want you to send me your questions as well. Like, how do you work through this? Like, ask me and I'm going to answer. And it's going to be so profound. And don't be afraid to hold back. There's a saying, a quote, and I can't remember who said it, but it was, the most personal is the most universal. So what you think is so personal to you, I promise it is so universal. So many other people are experiencing it. So you sharing and asking these questions are really going to make an impact, and it's going to create a ripple effect that is just so incredibly powerful. So I cannot wait to hear from you and get that back and start to answer those questions and help you walk through moments in your life so you can have these not this time moments. And that is the evolution of the podcast. That is how the emotional revolution has now become not this time. And I'm so excited for my own personal journey and transformation that led us here. And I cannot wait to keep sharing. So I'm going to drop the email below. So you're going to have that. Send me your questions. Give all of that to me. I cannot wait. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.